Guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024, and I am coming on here with another yarn yakking video for October. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot, and I make stitch markers along with some other things. You can find those in my Etsy shop. It is linked down below in the description box if you want to go and check it out. If you could favorite the shop and favorite a few items, it really does help me out a whole lot, and I do appreciate it. So yarn yakking videos are basically me talking about normally if I have made any yarn purchases, which believe it or not, I have not, not for the past week or two, any kind of finished objects. And if I have some happy mail, which I don't, but I also have a craft fair that I need to tell you about. So before we get into all that, we'll do admin stuff. There is a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast. Everything I talk about is linked down below. You have to answer 3 questions to join. I promise they're easy. Go and do it. We have a good time over there. You can follow me on Instagram. That's at Roselikescrochet. Feel free to tag me in any giveaways you see. And that is attached to a Facebook business page. So the business page is where I post because it's connected to my Instagram, and the Facebook group is where you post, and I want to see what you guys are making. I'm also on TikTok, but I don't post there that often. I just like to scroll sometimes. And of course, there's the Etsy shop. Go check that out. And I also have a spring shop link down below. And that is if you want to get any Rose Likes Crochet merchandise. So let's get to business, okay? So I had a craft fair Saturday. It was a craft fair that I've never done before, and it was free for me to get in there. So it was only from 12 to 4. It was called the Harvest Hoot. So it was very fall themed, and I was pretty concerned that the weather might not be that great, but I kept my eye on the weather, and it was a beautiful day. So I was really glad that I went. It was the last time I have to put up my tent for the season, so that was exciting. Everything else is going to be indoors from now on. So I'm going to tell you what I sold there. You know what? I might post some pictures in the Facebook group if you guys are part of the Facebook group. I'll post some pictures of my setup so you guys can see it. I can have photos go, I can add photos here, but they don't show like the whole picture. So if you want to see what my setup looks like, I'll post those in the Facebook group. So it was from 12 to 4, and it was, I would say, mostly geared towards kids. There was a ton of kids activities. They had food trucks, a cotton candy truck, and like a kettle corn truck, and like a big bouncy house, and pumpkin painting, and that kind of thing. So it was a very kid-friendly event. And most of the things that I sold were to kids or for children. So I'm going to tell you what I sold. So the first thing I'm going to tell you are the Loveys that I sold. And Loveys, which we're going to talk about later because I'm going to show you a whole bunch of Loveys at the very end of this video. I won't even explain it because I explained it in the videos. So the Loveys that I sold a Spider-Man, a Jack Skellington, a Mortimer the cat, which is a Halloween cat, Pandora, which is also a Halloween cat, and I sold a Mickey Mouse. So I sold 5 Loveys. I also sold 5 loaf cats, 8 octos. And by the way, if there are patterns for any of the things that I'm talking about, they're down below in the description box. So go and check that out. Chapstick holders, I sold 11. I sold 3 bees, 3 hair scrunchies, 1 divine hat, which I'll show you here in a minute. Not the hat that sold, but a divine hat. 3 frogs, leggy frogs, 2 chickens, 1 towel with the towel ring, 1 set of coasters, 1 set of face scrubbies, 1 ear warmer, and 1 jellyfish. And I got a $4 tip. I mean, seriously, it was awesome. So the weather was perfect for like the middle of October. It was like a summer day. It was so beautiful. It was like in the 70s. It was just gorgeous. So that was it for the craft fair. So I was very, very excited. I did very well there. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is I did make a purchase on Amazon, but none of it is yarn. So I have been having really good success with selling Loveys that are licensed characters. And I have been buying Winnie the Pooh stuffed animals on Amazon, and they're like $9.99. I was scrolling through Amazon. I typed in Winnie the Pooh stuffies, and this guy came up and he was $6.99. So you guys, I bought 4. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what he looks like. So here's 3 of them, and then I'll show you what he looks like. If you guys want, like, just type in Winnie the Pooh on Amazon, or Winnie the Pooh stuffy, and this guy should come up. It's the Disney 100, and he is not wearing a red shirt like the other ones that I have purchased. Instead, he is wearing this little silver shirt, and he's got the little 100 right there on his foot. So I bought 4 of them just so that I could have them handy. And let me tell you, when people see Winnie the Pooh, it's mostly the adults that are like, oh, it's Winnie the Pooh. So I got 4 of these guys that I need to turn into Loveys. And then I also have a lot of people that like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. But there is another character, and her name is Angel. And this is what Angel looks like. And I've had one before that was brighter pink, but this is the one that I found, and I believe this was $9.99. So I have one Angel that I need to turn into a Lovey. So believe it or not, that's all the purchases that I've done in the past 2 weeks. It's so sad. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of finished objects. And the first one is a divine hat. So if you guys are in my Facebook group, I posted this, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I showed you the start of this and said, hey, this is what I'm making. What are you guys making? I love seeing what you guys are making, because then I get ideas of other things I can make. So I was at a craft fair indoors, and it was kind of slow. So I brought myself a ball of yarn and an eye hook. And this was the yarn that I brought. It's called Yarn Bee Glowing. I think this is definitely discontinued. I don't think they carry any of this anymore. The color on this one is called Farmer's Market. And I just made a divine hat. Now the pattern that I use, I'll show you the divine hat. The pattern that I use is, there's a couple different ways you can get it. The original designer is Sarah Arnold, and I'm not sure if you can get that on Ravelry or somewhere else. There's also quite a few video tutorials here on YouTube where they show you how to make this. And sometimes it's called the divine hat, sometimes it's called the swirl hat. Fiber Spider does a version of this. Jonah Martinez does, as does the Crochet Crowd. So go and check it out. So this is the divine hat. I forgot to bring my smaller hook for the brim. So when I was at that craft fair a couple weeks ago, I only can finish, you know, up to the brim. But it's just going to go in my pile of beanies for the fall craft fairs. And I think it's really, really pretty. And I love it. I love the divine hat, and it fits so nicely. So I'm not going to try it on, but you get the idea. All right. The other thing that I'm going to show you, you guys, this is going to be like so quick showing you these things. And then I have Loveys to show you. So last year or earlier in the year, so literally like 8-9 months ago, when I first got my Addie knitting machine, I have a king size Addie knitting machine. I was playing with making hats and scarves, etc., etc. And I wanted to try something called a drop stitch scarf. So I looked at a whole bunch of tutorials, and I couldn't tell you exactly which tutorial I used for this, because I looked at a whole bunch of them, and then I just kind of took bits and pieces. And if you have a knitting machine, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just have to fiddle with it until it works for you. So I'm going to show you some stuff that I made. I had some yarn. I made hats. I don't think I'm going to sell these as sets, but I wanted to show you these drop stitch scarves so that I can bring them to craft fairs, because I think they're really cool looking. So the first one that I'm going to show you, and I think most of these I was able to get a hat and a drop stitch scarf out of it. So the first thing that I'm going to show you that I used was Yarn Bee Glint of Glam, and this is discontinued. And it looks like I put on here for the hat, I did 129 rows. And I don't think you can get that anymore. So this is the hat. It's super, super pretty. Because it's one color all the way through and through, I left a little tail here, excuse me, so that I could add a pom-pom. I'm not sure that I will add a pom-pom because it's kind of a sparkly hat. And this is really thin yarn. Let me see what size yarn this is. It is a number 3. It's a 3. So it is kind of flimsy, like it's not holding its shape very well, but this would be like a good, I'm sure once it's on your head, it would be fine. So I'm not sure I'm going to add a pom-pom. Anyway, so I got a hat out of that. And then I also made the drop stitch scarf. And here is the drop. It's kind of hard to see. It's just lacy. It's just a lacy scarf. So I will put the scarf on. It's really just a decorative thing. It's just for decoration, but look at how pretty that is, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's so much fun to make. I did on my TikTok do a video of how you get the stitches to come out. Anyway, it's not a tutorial. It's just how I did it. So I have this. Let me know if you guys think these should be sold as sets or not. Because I think some people would not want this particular, this is not for warmth, it's just for decoration. So I don't know, give me your opinion. So I have this one right here. I just need to decide if I'm gonna do a pom-pom or not. Then I have the same thing. It is the Yarn Bee Glint of Glam and the color is black. And oh, I have more notes here. Let me see, did I put anything else on here? No. For the black one, for the hat, I did 130 rows. Oh, it looks like there's some yarn left over. A little tiny bit of yarn. I don't think there's anything left over in the blue. Okay, so the black hat, it says I did 130 rows. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. Oh, you know what? Let me tell you what this is made of. It is 48% bamboo viscose and 49% cotton, 49% bamboo viscose, and 3% lurex. So this is the hat. And then I made the drop stitch scarf. This is actually what was on the video that I did. It's so pretty. I don't know, I'm thinking of selling these separately because they could just be for decoration. Okay, so the next thing that I did was not a hat. I used King Cole Splash DK. And this is, I don't know where this even came from. I don't think there's a color number. It's 100% acrylic. And obviously I have a ton of yarn left over there. And then I did this drop stitch scarf with this one. So this one, you know what? They look funny when they're just like sitting there, but when you're wearing them, they look really, really nice. Okay. At least I think so. Let me know if anyone has made that. Okay. The next thing that I did is I made a drop stitch scarf out of Shawl in the Ball Fab. The color on this one is Satyrs. This is 40% cotton, 30% polyester, 20% acrylic, and 10% wool. And this one turned out like that. It's so, you guys, it's just really nice for decoration, right? And you could like, yeah, look at that. I mean, it looks so nice, right? I might have to wear that. Okay, this next one is also the Glint of Glam, and the color is called Teal, and it looks like the hat, I did 130 rows, and I didn't say what I used for the drop stitch scarf. So it looks like this one, I left a string in case I wanted to put a pom-pom on there, but I don't think I'm going to. So there is the hat, and there is the drop stitch scarf. So I don't even know what I would sell the scarf for. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. Okay, so then I think the rest of these, well, maybe not the rest of these. Let me see what this one is. This one is Karen Simply Soft. Boy, that's an old label. I did the hat. What do I have here? Oh, this is a kid set. Darn it, I didn't think I had any kid sets in this batch. I would have given this to Wings. The kids hat was 90 rows. So there is the kids hat. And then I did a scarf, and I did not use waste yarn. I just cinched it. So this is a kid set. Oh man, I'm gonna have to save this for next year for Wings. Okay, hat and kids scarf right there. And then let's see what this one is. So that Karen Simply Soft. This one is also Karen Simply Soft. Oh man, it's another kid set. Okay, I'm gonna have to put these aside. The hat, I did 90 rows and the scarf was 164 rows. So there is the kid's hat. And then there is the scarf. And again, I cinched it. I did not use waste yarn. The color on this is called Grape Purple Ombre. So I'm gonna put those two sets aside for next year. I hope I can find them next year. Okay, I think the rest of these are using Premier Anti-Pilling DK colors. This is all 100% anti-pilling acrylic. It was one cake, I think, because I don't see any other cakes. I don't have any notes on how many rows I used for the hat. This is a 3-weight yarn. It goes through the machine beautifully, you guys. The color on this is called Parrot. So there's a couple different colors in here. Again, I left a string in case I wanted to do a pom-pom, but this is a reversible hat. So I don't know that I'm gonna put a pom-pom on it, because you could wear it like that, or you could wear it like this. And these are all adult sets. So, or adult hats. So there's this one particular hat, which I think this is prettier. The colors on this are prettier. So I might not put a pom-pom on there. I don't know. And then here is the drop stitch scarf to go with it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, you guys. And I don't remember how I cinched them because this was a while ago, but you just sew the ends together. It is such a cool thing to do, you guys. Okay, I might have to put that one on because it's so pretty. Look at the, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that, you guys. Yes, seriously, I love them. Okay, so then there was the hat to go with that. And I had one ball, and let me tell you how many yards, 383 yards, and I still have this left over. So I feel a scrap something coming, because wait till you see all the other ones that I did. Okay, this one is also a DK Colors, and it's called Raindrop. And here is the hat. And I don't think there's any strings in there. And then there is the drop stitch scarf. Just like that. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. So let me know, you guys, like if you were selling these at a craft fair, what would you sell them for? Like what would be the price just for the scarf? Here is another set. This is also DK Colors, and the color is Nimbus. And here is the hat. So the hats I'll probably put in my stash. And then here is the scarf. I don't know a better way to display it other than wearing it. Like that. Oh my gosh, you guys, they're so pretty. And this yarn is so soft. Okay, the next one, I'm telling you, I just went through my stash and picked up all the little onesie skeins I had of the DK Colors. This is also DK Colors, and it is called Sherbert. So here is the hat, which doesn't have a whole lot of orange in it, but there is the hat. And then here is the scarf, which has lots of orange in it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, you guys. I don't know, I think they're really pretty. Okay, here is one that is called, it's also DK Colors, and this one is called Petunia. And there is the hat. I love the way these come out on the knitting machine, you guys. Here is the drop stitch scarf. There you go. I love it. So pretty. There are a couple more. So this one right here is called, it's also DK Colors, and it's called Unicorn. Here is the hat. And then here is the scarf. The scarf is all purple and like a white with a tiny bit of gray to it. So there is that one. And then I think there is two more. There's two more. What is this? Let's see. This one is called Teacup. And there are three, I don't know why there's three ball bands, but there was probably just scraps from this because it looks like I just got one hat out of it. So just one hat out of three scrap balls. And it feels like there's something really tight in here. So I don't know if there was like a drop stitch or something, or there was something going on in there because I can feel something in there. So I don't know. And by the way, you guys, when I do craft fairs at high schools, they always, most of the time they request a donation. So I might just use some of these as donation sets too. And the last one here is also DK Colors, and it's called Wisteria. And this might be my favorite one because it's got purple and turquoise in it. And then here is the scarf. So I don't know. I might list these in the Etsy shop. I just have to figure out a really good way to display them. I have a mannequin, so maybe I'll put it on the mannequin. But this is what it looks like. It's just a nice decoration. Okay, so I think that's it for the knitting machine stuff. I do have a blanket that I finished off the knitting machine, but I'll show you guys that in another video. Okay, so now I have 3 separate clips to show you of Loveys that I've been making. So I'm gonna insert them one at a time. I'm gonna try and edit out all the nonsense that I say in there. So I'm gonna insert the 3 clips of, I think there's 3 clips. I'm gonna insert those here, and please come back so I can end the video. Here you go. Hey guys, Rose from the past. How are you? I am coming on here to show you a bunch of Loveys that I made so I can get them packed up in my car. So Loveys are basically what they sound like. It is a little stuffed animal with a blanket on it. And I think a lot of times when they sell them in the store, they are just the little head and the arms with a blanket. But the tutorial that I use to make my Loveys is from Zelda NRJ3, and her tutorial for Loveys is one of the first ones that was ever out there. She invented this, and or the way to do it. She didn't invent a Lovey, but she invented this tutorial. It was a long time ago, actually. It's always linked down below in the description box. So I needed to make a Lovey for a special order, and then I just got on a kick and I started making a bunch of Loveys. So I'm going to show you the Loveys. I will tell you, this is the guy that started it all. This is Captain America, and someone sent me a message on Etsy and asked me if I had anything patriotic or red, white, and blue. And I had showed her what I had before. I had these guys in my stash, but I just hadn't made the blankets for them. So just so you guys know, for anyone who's new, it is a full-size stuffed animal underneath there. And I will let you watch Z's tutorial so that you can see how it's done. So anyway, so I figured if I had to make this, I had 3 in my stash, that I was just gonna make all 3 of them at the same time. So one of them has been sold as of the making of this video, but I don't know when you guys are gonna see it. But I did make the other 2, and if I remember what yarn I used for any of these, I'll let you guys know. I believe this is like a hobby. The blue is like a hobby, HOBBII, like Black Friday clearance yarn. The white, I believe, is probably Red Heart Super Saver, and so is the red. So I've got to, and by the way, all of these will be listed in my Etsy shop. As of the making of this video, if they have sold and if you don't see them there, then they've sold at a craft fair. So I've got 2 Captain Americas that I finished. And you guys, one of the best sellers at my craft fairs is actually Spider-Man. So what I did is I think I had like 1 in my stash. I went out and picked up a couple more Spider-Mans. These guys sell so well at my craft fairs that I just wanted to be stocked up on them. So I have 3 Spider-Mans, and let me tell you what is next. Hopefully some of those will be for sale. This guy I found at Kohl's. This is Scooby-Doo. I found him a while ago, and I could not resist, you guys. He's so cute. So he's got the little tag on his collar. The yarn I used for this is puzzle yarn, and I don't remember what color it was. I just remember it was puzzle yarn, and I think I used almost a whole ball on these two. So I have 2 Scooby-Doos. Those will be listed in the Etsy shop. Then I have, so this yarn that I'll show you next, this is, let me see here. It is a 5 bulky, and it was on clearance at Michael's. So it's a loops and threads yarn, and it's going to be the same yarn that I used for the next couple Loveys that I'm going to show you. So this is a little penguin, and the penguin is like a grayish blue, and the yarn has blue, green, and it's like off-white, but I thought that was watery-ish looking yarn. So I found this one here. Then I have this guy here who is a Paw Patrol, and her name is Coral. And you guys, like, she's got blue in her hair and like a purple stars on her ears. And the yarn is coral with blue and purple in it. Oh my God, like I couldn't match it any better if I tried. So there's that one done. And then you guys, here's Snoopy. It's Snoopy, but he's not black and white. He's this like greeny color. And there was one of these that was perfect. You guys, look at how well it matches. I don't even know if you guys can see it. I was actually just looking through my stash of this yarn and then looking for a stuffed animal that would match it. And this is perfect. Okay, so while we're on the topic of Snoopy, I also have Woodstock. Oh my God, he's so cute. And he's, you know, he's just yellow, but the blanket has yellow and purple and blue in it. And I thought that was pretty okay. So I have one Woodstock. He was actually pretty pricey. I found him at Cracker Barrel, and he was like $10. So I'm not gonna make much money on him. Then I have this little piggy, and this one, I wish I could tell you the name of the yarn. If I remember, I'll put it like in the description box. Or if you ask, I'll reply back to you. So anyway, here is this guy right here. He is a little pig. He will be listed. His name is Hambone. So there's that guy. And then the last one that I use that yarn for is this little plush teddy bear, and it's like hot pink. And you guys, the yarn has hot pink in it and purple and aqua. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, so that was it for this kind of yarn that I had. So then if you, oh yeah, so if you watched my last yarn yakking video, you'll have seen, maybe not the last yarn yakking video, but a yarn yakking video. I went on Ty.com, T-Y, and I ordered a bunch of Halloween Beanie Boos. And this is one of the Beanie Boos that I ordered. His name is Ookie. Ookie. And this yarn is a Hirschner's Halloween yarn. Not the black, but this. This one is the candy corn one. And I added the black. And the reason I use the candy corn is look at his little fangs. It's candy corn. It's so cute. And the candy corn yarn is sparkly. Okay, so that was the only Halloween Lovey that I was able to make a blanket for. But also in one of my yarn yakking videos, I showed that I found this guy who is Jack Skellington at Five Below. So there is this guy. And he is so stinking cool, you guys. He is full body orange. And this yarn that I found that matched perfectly is also Hirschner's Halloween Sparkle. And this I got last year, so I don't know if this color is available. The color on this is called Beautiful. And it is sparkly gray, black, off-white, and orange. And I thought it was perfect for him. Oh my gosh. So that's all the Loveys. I'm packing up my car tonight, and that's why I'm making this video. So let me know what you guys think about the Loveys. And if there are any left, they will be listed in the Etsy shop. So that's all I have, you guys. I'll return you back to the regular Rose now. Bye. Hey guys, Rose from the past. I am coming on here to show you some Loveys that I made. I am getting ready to pack up my car to go to a craft fair, so I wanted to show you before I pack them up. These should have all been listed in my Etsy shop at some point before you even see this video. So if you follow me on Etsy, you would have already seen them. So the craft fair that I have is October 5th, I think. Yeah, whatever that date is, Saturday. And we're getting close to Halloween, and I only have one other craft fair before Halloween, so I figured I better get these Halloween Loveys done. So what I'm going to show you are Loveys. So if you follow me and you've seen some of my yarn yakking videos in the past, you'll know that I would have placed an order from Ty, T-Y, online for some of their Halloween Beanie Boos. So I got 4 of them here, and I made them into Loveys, and I'm going to show you them right now. So the first one that I got, and I'll tell, if I can remember the yarn, I'll tell you. The first one I got, his name is called Nightcap, and he is a little ghost, and he's wearing a little Halloween hat. And he's so cute. So yeah, he's full-size stuffy under there. This was like a Bernat premium yarn. This was one of those cheap, not cheap, but like a really good deal on glitter packs from either Hirschner's or Mary Maxim. And this was just like a Red Heart Super Saver in white. So I wanted to kind of mimic the stripes in the hat and give him a little bit of white to match his pasty white face there. So that is this one right here. So I'm gonna make sure he is front and center at the craft fair. This guy right here is a cat named Oleander. And there is this guy right here. And this yarn, which I'm gonna show you on another stuffed animal, is one of the Hirschner's Halloween yarns from last year, so 2023. So I made this one, and I still have a bunch left, and this one using that yarn. Now on this one, she's got a pink ear, and I really wanted to use pink, but I felt like pink was gonna be, I don't know, it wasn't gonna match very well. So I'll tell you the name of this one, and you might be able to still find these online at Ty. Licorice is this one's name. So we have Oleander, which is this one, and Licorice, which is this one. They're pretty similar. So I made those, and then I got this guy also from Ty. This is a bat, and his name is Mortimer. He's so cute. And he does actually have little wings, but you can't really put the Lovey underneath there. It would fall off. So this is also that black glittery yarn that I told you about, and this I think is Red Heart and Pumpkin. So I've got these 4 ready to go, and then the last craft fair I had was outdoors, and I had these Jack Skellingtons. This particular one I got at Five Below. I don't know by the time you're seeing this if they would even have any left, but I did talk about these in a previous video. And I sold 2 of them in one show. So I only had 1 left. I bought 3 more. I only had time to make this guy. So I only have 2 in stock right now. This is also a Hirschner's Halloween sparkle yarn. So it's got purple, green, white, and orange on it. And he's got the, the only thing that's not really in the stuffed animal is the green, but that's okay. It's Jack. I mean, it's Jack. Okay. For my craft fair, my Loveys, my Mickey and Minnie Mouse seem to sell really well. And I think I'm almost sold out of Minnie Mouse. So I made 2 more Minnie Mouses. This one's a Winky. She's winking. And you see she's got a purple butterfly on her, and her dress is purple right there. So I used this yarn. I believe this was one of the Walmart Mainstays variegated ones. And I think it is like a perfect match if you actually see it in person. It looks really good. And then this one, she just has on a polka dot dress. And this is the brand new Red Heart Super Saver Ombre in light pink. And I started from the center of the ball, and I got to about that shade of pink. So I have the 2 Minnie Mouses. And then the last thing, there's actually 4 of them. This is Stitch. And I believe this guy I found at Walmart, but I will let you know that I have seen these guys, bigger ones, at Five Below. So if you need them, go and check them out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's because they're all sold out. And so Stitch is very popular. I have to have them, and I have to have them readily available for people. So I need to go and pack all these up in my car and get ready for the craft fair. And I'm not sure when you'll see this, but that is all I have for the Loveys for now. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, Rose from the past, coming on here to show you some Loveys that I've been making. And I have a craft fair tomorrow, which doesn't matter what date this is because you won't be seeing it on this date. I have a craft fair tomorrow, so I need to get these packed up and ready to go. So I wanted to show you these Loveys that I've been making. Oh, like I said, I have a craft fair, so I'm going to show you some of the Loveys that I've been making. So this particular one is a little lion. And the reason I made him is because I was looking for yarn for something else you're going to see here in a minute, and I thought this matched, but it didn't. And I already started making this, but then I found this guy and I was like, oh my God, he matches perfectly. So just in case you're new, these are full-size stuffed animals, and yeah, I'll let you watch Z's tutorial so you can see how to make it. So I've got this lion. And by the way, every time I show a video of Loveys, I do list them in my Etsy shop. So if you are watching this and you don't see these in the Etsy shop, it just means that they either sold at a craft fair or actually sold on Etsy. So I've got this lion guy right here. I only had one of him. And then these were the guys that I was interested in using that yarn for, but it didn't work. There you go. There is Winnie the Pooh. He's got to be like the most adorable thing ever. He's got a little red shirt on, and I am sold out of him except for these two. So I really need to bring these to the craft fair tomorrow so that I can try and sell these guys. They're so adorable. Look at his face, you guys. Can you go wrong with Winnie the Pooh? I don't think you can. When I do have these in my booths at craft fairs, the adults are the ones that are like, oh, Winnie the Pooh. So anyway, I've got two of these guys. And then a little while ago, I found these guys at two different spots, and I knew I had one, but I bought another one anyway, and I'm so glad I did. So this is a purple spotted cow. And let me see if I can figure out what her name is. Her name is Ethel, and I'm saying it's a her because it's Ethel. And I've just recently finished making the Loveys for these, and I think they're so adorable. I do have one Highland cow, as far as I know, left in my Etsy shop, but these guys are so cute. Oh my gosh. So I have two Ethel the cows, and then I've got the two Winnie the Poohs, the lion, and then I actually went out and got more of the Jack Skellingtons. And this is the Jack Skellingtons. I found these at Five Below. So I think I have one currently in my inventory. I went and got a couple more. And this is actually using the Halloween sparkle yarn from Hirschner's. And it was I think it's called Candy Corn, and it was from last year. So I put some black on the top and the bottom, and I had enough to make two of these Lovey guys. So he's all orange. Yeah, but he's so cool. So the other Lovey that I want to show you is, I'm going to have to put you on hold here for a second, but I have 10 of them, and you'll see why I got 10 of them in just a second. Hang on. All right, you guys, you see the green bodies right here? Okay, so if you guys remember, or maybe not if you're new here, last year around Christmas time, I found these adorable Grinch stuffed animals at Kohl's. And it was part of their Kohl's Cares for Kids campaign. It came with a book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I think last year I only got a couple of them, and I sold out so fast, and I was so, I couldn't get any more, and I was a little bit angry with myself for not getting more. So this year, I don't know who told me. Paula told me. She was at Kohl's and she goes, oh my gosh, they have the Grinch. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get them. So as soon as she said that, I went online, I ordered 10 of these little Grinchy guys that came with the book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I placed an order for it, you know, online order, in-store pickup, and I went and picked up 10. And as I'm looking at them, I'm honestly trying to figure out if I should get more. Yeah, you guys let me know. By the time you see this, I'm not sure. Okay, so here is the Grinchy guy. Oh my gosh, I just love him. Okay, so when they sell it in the store, you guys, they sell it with a book attached to him like this. Obviously without the blanket, it just comes like this where he's got the book to him. So the book, I am going to be keeping the books with these. And if someone purchases one of my Grinches, they will be getting the book to go with it. So I bought 10 of them. Yeah, I'm gonna get more, you guys. So I took off all the books off of all the little Grinches and I made all the blankets, and I'm gonna show you what I did for the blankets. Okay, so I will show you the very first one, which I was excited about, but then once I started working with it, I was not excited anymore. So this guy right here, he has just a plain green blanket. This particular yarn is the Bernat Fluffy. And I thought the color worked really, really well because it's more of like a yellowy green and he has yellow eyes. But this stuff sheds really, really bad. I had already started making it, so I decided to just keep going with this one. I have a lot more yarn left of this. And I said, there's no way I'm making it for another one of these Grinches. So one of my Grinches will have just this plain green blanket on him. And again, he is a full-size stuffed animal and he will come with the book. So there is one. And then I wanted to use a different yarn, and I was looking at all of my fur and eyelash trim yarn so that I could use it for trim. So this guy is the next one that I came up with. And he has a black collar right here to match his, you know, little blackness there. And he is the Grinch. So it makes sense. This particular green that I'm going to show on this one and the rest of the ones that I'm going to show you is all big twist, and the color is called Slime, and it is so perfect for this guy. So then I looked at, like I said, all my eyelash yarn and fur yarn, and this was some kind of a black eyelash yarn. It was probably something discontinued. I think it was from Hobby Lobby. And I only had enough to do 2 of these guys with the black trim. And it's eyelash trim, and it's really, really soft, you guys. So I know you're like, oh my God, a kid, but I guarantee you they will be totally fine with this. So this is 2 in the black trim, and that makes a total of 3 so far. The rest of these are all the same. So that means I have 7 that are exactly like this. Now this one again has black here, and I think this is like Red Heart Super Saver, the big twist Slime, and then this fur trim was from Premier, and it's called is it called Eyelash or Fur or something? If I remember, I'll put it down below in the description box because I need to actually order more. So I had enough to go around 7 of these Grinches. So here we go. Are you ready? 1, 2. So they're exactly the same. 3, 4. You guys, I'm in love with him. And he's really soft too. 5, 6, and 7. So there's 7 of this one with the black for the collar and the green for the trim. Look at him. So you guys, that's all I have for Loveys. I hope you enjoyed the Grinch, and stay tuned and I'll let you know if I buy any more. Yeah. Okay. Take care. Bye. All right, you guys, so let me know what you think. I know some of the Loveys that I showed you in those videos have already sold, but whatever is available is still up in my Etsy shop because I do keep those in the Etsy shop. So that's it for the video. Let me know what you think about these little sets and the drop stitch scarves on the Addie knitting machine. I have a ton, so I don't know that I'll be making any more, but I obviously have all of these scraps left over. So I don't know, scrappy hats. I'm not sure what I'll do with those. Because I can't get an entire set, like for a kid set for next year for wings out of one of these. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure out what happens with that stuff. So let me know what you think about the Loveys. Let me know what you think about these little sets and the drop stitch scarves. And yeah, I think that's it. The next set of videos you see will probably be a wings update, and it's Tuesday. So have a good rest of your week if you're watching on Tuesday or Wednesday. If not, have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.